Oh my god. Oh my god. Give me a second. Oh my. Is that is that my boy? Is that the man? Is that the man, the myth, the legend Kai himself?
Yeah, how you doing, boss?
Hey man, dude, I haven't dude, I miss you so much,
Yeah,
man.
it's been like I was thinking about you a few days
I
ago. I was just like,
know.
damn, it's been forever.
I've yeah, I've just been I've been just keeping up with your content, and I'm just so proud of you. You have no idea how happy I am for you, man. You have no idea. I keep talking about you on my other podcasts and like how proud I am of you, and like when you like and how you when you started, and I was like just I'm just so happy for you, dude. It's
Yeah,
so
it
nice
feels
to hear
good.
from you.
Yeah, you too, man.
um, you've been crazy busy, right? You got a new job and like
Yeah, got a new job. I've been getting first YouTube paycheck. Like,
I
it's been good,
know.
man. It's been good.
Dude, that's great, dude. I'm so happy for you, man. You have no idea. And I'm just so glad to finally hear from you, man. And
Yeah, it's
I've
been a
been doing a
while.
lot. I've personally been doing a lot better recently with at least like with my mental health and stuff.
That's
So,
good.
I'm a little energetic right now, cause I get really excited when I talk to people I like talking to.
Hmm.
Um, what have you been up to, man? Like, you kind of sound a little worn out. You've been overworking. What's up?
No, it's just this has been a long day. Like it's a Monday, so I sound a little tired.
Right.
It's just
No,
to
it's
know that I
cool.
got all the stuff I gotta work because I'm already like I'm the type of person that plans so many steps ahead. So it's like I got this stuff for the
Right.
work and I got this stuff for the YouTube. So,
Right. No, dude,
but I'm excited by it though.
right. No, I've finally gotten around to that. Like, I finally figured my shit out. So I feel it, man. Like, time management and like figuring out time. Like, you have to like schedule your friends, and it's like the worst
Mm-hmm.
feeling in the world. And
Mm-hmm.
you don't like doing it, but you have to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what are you at, like 2,000 subscribers on YouTube now?
1,700 I hit a few days ago. I'm definitely gonna hit 2K by the end of the year because
Yeah, dude.
I feel like I'm gonna. I mean, I was talking to my dad about this earlier. Like,
Uh huh.
I feel I'm gonna be switching gears with the way that I do content because
Uh huh.
I've been really getting kind of burned out on all the Borderlands stuff. Like, I love Borderlands.
Right.
I love that game, but that's not what I want to be known for. You know, like I want to
Right.
do the
Yeah.
video essays on just kind of
Right. Well, to be
stuff that
fair,
I
you're
find a little more engaging.
right. Right. Well, your essays are typically the ones that like what is it? The Some Call Me Johnny video that you made
Yeah,
blew up.
yeah,
Like,
that
that was
one.
insane.
Yeah, that was the first one that I had that blew up. The Afro one blew up as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But no, I get that, man. Like, you get burnt out of doing the same shit, and I
Yeah,
understand that because it definitely seems like your audience right now is like Borderlands 3 people.
yeah. And
Like
I
people
kind of
who
want to
really
switch that gear to like, yeah, Borderlands 3, but I also do other stuff, you
right,
know?
right. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, it's cool that, like, that there's people who like you, and they're coming to check out your stuff, and they're like your builds and like your most builds, and just all that in general. But like, I can understand that you kind of want to spread your wings, do some other
Hmm.
stuff. Did you have
Yeah.
anything in mind other than like video essays and stuff, or?
I want to go more into the video essays. I have ideas for so much musically that I want to
Uh huh.
work on and do. Like, there's like a lo-fi neo soul album that I have ideas for. There's
Right.
a Sonic cover album I'm gonna do with my man Chaos, and I'm already like pulling together like
Woo!
singers for that and stuff. Like, I'm excited
Woo!
about
Sounds
certain
fun.
projects that I'm gonna have in the pipe that'll be fun to work on.
Right. No, that's cool, dude. That's the dream, man. That's
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
you dude, you grind so much. You've always you like you're like what, you're like a year younger than me, and you just grind so much more than I do, man. You have no idea. Like, I like since high school, like since I met you, well, not well, I wouldn't say since I met you, cuz to be fair, when we met each other, you didn't really like me. But
No, I liked you. Relax. Relax.
um, but but like, since we started talking and actually being friends, dude, I wish I always like looked up to you. Like, I wish I could just do half the shit you could do, man. Because like, you work so much, dude, and like you're getting results and you're putting in the work and you're getting the numbers and like it
Yeah.
sounds like you're getting to where you want to be and you have like that just anybody who does that period just fucking excites me. You could be
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
bricklayer, but if you're the most passionate bricklayer out there, I I
Hmm.
would be, that psychs me up, but it psychs me up even more that that I know you,
I
and
just
that
find that super like funny because in hindsight, like you were the reason that you were the spark that got me started with this shiz to begin with. Like I remember just conversations that we had about just high school and ideas, and then I'm just like, you know what, I should just do it. And then those conversations just led to like that same thing about finding people who are passionate about stuff. That's the whole reason I my video essay structure, why Also Amazing is the way that it is. It's
right,
that mentality of just when people put their all into something, it shows. But
right.
also, because I mean, I'm working on scripts for like certain indie games that I'm playing right now, and kind of
Mm-hmm.
ideas like kind of more from the artistic perspective where I want to take that. But I also like I plan on doing a video on Cyberpunk and like 1 year later and
Ooh,
addressing
yeah.
all of the issues with that game and the content creator fallout. Like I'm gonna be putting people on
Right.
blast, and I'm honestly super excited to
Yeah.
make that type of video. You know.
Yeah, that game, I bought that fucking game day one and I returned it like a couple days later.
Uh huh.
I
Yeah,
was just
I
like,
remember you distinctly telling me that you got it on PS5, you cleared out everything, and you're just like, you know what? I had the fun that I could, but I'm good.
yeah, yeah.
Just
Pretty
like that's how you got
much.
to take a game like that. But I
Yeah,
haven't.
yeah.
I have the game, but I haven't like delved into it because it's like I'm gonna wait till
Right.
November ish, and then just kind of mow through everything, see how it is at that time, and then kind of structure a review around it because I have like the skeleton of how I want to do the review of like points I want to make and content
Right.
creators I want to go for their net not go for their nets, but just kind of I don't know. There's some hypocrisy that's not really being addressed, and ooh,
Right. I
I
know.
like putting those people on blast.
No, I understand. No, I get that. Well, I mean, you know, it's kind of weird, like especially in the YouTube space. Like, there's a lot of people who are really like willing to just like, hey, I feel this way about that, and don't really address the bigger issues at hand.
Yeah,
So I
well,
could kind of
yeah,
get that.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the amount of people who just there's a decent chunk of people who just didn't play the game, but just put reviews out there with beta footage, just being like, it's graded, it's a masterpiece, and that's a problem.
I
And
know.
then there's the people who knew how bad it was, but kept the videos up for revenue's sake. That
Right.
really rubs me the wrong way. I'm just like, ooh, you
Yeah.
lose all credibility with me if you do that.
Right. No, I totally get that. And rightly so, honestly. It's just very disingenuous and just obviously you know why they're doing it.
Hmm.
It's so it feels
Because they
especially
got them
wrong that way.
sponsorships in the
Cause they
description.
got to
Yeah.
get that money, boy. They gotta
Yeah,
get that
yeah.
money. Well, that's but at the same time, it's depending on the person you are, it doesn't really matter because it's at the end of the day that's the name of the game, right? You go in, you make the
Yeah.
money, you get out, right?
Yeah,
um
exactly.
but no, I totally get that. You know it Yeah, no, I don't know, I totally get that, dude. I mean, honestly, it's like I started doing like, okay, so like this, like there are people who do shit obviously for money. um and then there are others who are just like, yeah, man, I'm just here doing my shit, doing my own shit, and whatever, fuck it. Well, whatever happens, man. If I get
Mm-hmm.
canceled tomorrow, let's do it. Let's get canceled tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get. And those are the
It's a
people
very
I tend to.
dangerous mentality, but people are
Right,
learning more and more that that's
right. But those are the people I tend to enjoy being around more. Those are the people I tend to enjoy like listening to and having their opinions being heard, just because like at least they're being honest, you know,
mm-hmm.
like at least
Mm-hmm.
like if like because at the end, like, okay, like Jesse, for example. Jesse, I've never, as crazy and as I guess toxic Jesse can get, I've never hated him for it personally because
Yeah.
he has taught me the most valuable lesson I could ever learn, which is don't take everything at face value and don't take everything too fucking seriously. Like
Yeah.
like those are the and like those are the people you tend to want to be around more because it's like okay, it's like hey, how do I look in this dress? Well, honestly, you look like a fucking cow. It's like you know, like it hurts, you know. It's like it hurts, but you know, maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe there's something I need to do
I
to
mean,
fix
even if there's
myself.
truth to it, it still hurts. But no,
Right, it still
I
hurts.
know, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, Jesse is someone who is just brutally honest to a fault, and I've always respected that.
Yeah,
God, I have
yeah.
not talked to him in forever.
He's streaming now. That kid's streaming
Really?
now. Yeah, and dude, and he's funny.
Yeah, dude,
I mean,
dude.
I've always found him funny, but
Yeah,
he's
dude is
funny.
hilarious. Yeah, what is his Twitch? What's his name?
I'll be sure to send it to you after later. I don't
Sure.
wanna type right now because my microphone's next to my keyboard and I don't need my microphone picking the audio up from that. But
Gotcha, gotcha.
I'll be sure to send it to you. Yeah, like I mean, to be fair, you know, he's not. You know, he hasn't picked up big yet. I think he just recently started, but I know he'll get there. He's a funny guy, dude. He's funny as shit. He's
Mhm.
charismatic, you know, and he's actually he streams League of Legends, but he's good. Like he, you know, he's pretty good at it. He's not like amazing. He's not like the best player in the world, but he's also not like the top. He's also not the 40% of players who play that game. He actually has a better understanding of how to play it. And he's funny, so he's pretty entertaining to watch. But he just needs to keep going at it. Like Alvaro recently, also apparently Alvaro's trying to get into the streaming game as well. I don't know what the hell. Like it's just so weird. Like I had no idea that they were doing that until like maybe a month ago. And they were surprised that you were doing well. I was like, because I was telling them about you. I was like, yeah, like you know, Kai's got his, you know, he's been on his own YouTube channel, and he's got like 1,000 something subscribers or something. And Alvaro's like, what, really? Like, yeah, like I've been like, you know, because I remember I'd tell Alvaro about you. I'd be like, yeah, you know, like I'm very proud of Kai or whatever. And Alvaro's like, what? You watch all of Kai's videos? I'm like, of course I do. You know, I go on, I like all of them. You know, I try to spread them as much as I possibly can. You know, like. Like, but now Alvaro's like, oh, you know, Kai's going somewhere with this. Okay, I'm like, okay, I'm like, all right, I see. So that's pretty hilarious. But no, dude, I'm just proud. I'm proud of you. This is just a big old thing of me saying I'm proud of you. How do you feel about Spider-Man, dude? Because this is something I've been wanting to talk to you about for a while. Like, how do you feel about the Spider-Man rumors and stuff? Also, if you're talking, I can't hear you. I don't know if I don't know if you've been talking this whole
Oh,
time.
okay, yeah, yeah. You hear me
There
now?
you are. Oh yeah, now I
Okay.
can hear you.
Yeah. There is so much speculation and hype going into this movie. Like, people really need to keep their expectations in check. Like, there are so many damn theories about what's gonna happen and who's gonna be in it, and people just need to keep their expectations in check. Because here's the thing,
Yeah.
like, a lot of people who didn't like the last two Spider-Man Marvel movies are going into this one thinking that it's going to be godlike, and those people
Right.
are the ones that need to cool it. Because if you didn't like the
Yeah.
first two, you're probably not going to like this one. Like,
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still on the boat of like it's possible that this could happen, but do not hold your breath. Like
exactly, exactly.
I see tons of YouTubers are like, yeah, it's the worst kept secret in Marvel Studios or whatever, and blah blah blah, this and that, and it's pretty much confirmed. And I have sources that are telling me that this is the actual plot leak, and this is what's happening.
Yeah, or maybe
And
it's the best kept secret in Marvel Studios, and they just leaked all this shiz on purpose to throw us off. It's not the
yeah,
first time they've done that.
yeah, like it really that's the thing. It's like for whatever reason people think that Marvel Studios doesn't have the money or the capacity to create fake leaks and misguide people. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that it's not possible that the Spider-Verse is happening. What I am saying is that if you go into the movie expecting that's going to happen and it doesn't happen, prepare to be
You don't get the right.
disappointed.
You don't get to throw a little bitch fit when that doesn't happen.
Right.
Like,
Yes. That's exactly.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
that you know that's gonna. Okay, so let's say we're in the universe where it's not a multiverse movie. People go into the movie and expect that, and then they bomb and tank the reviews for the movie because it's not what they wanted. Because it's not these rumors
Uh-huh.
that misled them
Uh-huh.
to believe that it's the film that they were expecting and didn't end up
Yeah.
getting at the end.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm worried about. Okay, and to be fair, I don't like Spider-Man Far From Home. Let me make that very clear. I'm not a big fan of this new Spider-Man franchise, but I'm still willing to give it a chance.
But we all love Tom Holland regardless.
I love Tom Holland. Don't get me wrong, I love Tom Holland. I think he's sweet. I think he's a great actor.
Far From Home was okay.
Far From Home gave me a lot of issues. There's an equal amount of things that I loved in that movie, and an also equal amount of things I hated in that movie.
Understandable though. Like I remember when like certain discourse came out around the time of its release, and I'm just like, really, people have problems with this movie? But honestly, that's the same thing that happened with The Last Jedi, where it's just like, really, people have problems with this movie? But then like you give it time, and you're just like, okay, I get why they feel that way.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, because like I remember when I saw the first Spider-Man movie, and I was like, oh my God, this is the best Spider-Man movie ever. It's better than Spider-Man 2, blah, blah, blah. And then I went into the second one, and I took my at the time girlfriend with me to go watch that movie, and she's the only one that can attest to all of my reactions of, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Oh my God, I hate this. Why did they do that? Wait, this is amazing. I can't believe they did that. Why did they do that? They immediately ruined this. Like,
and like you don't even need to say what those moments are. I know what those moments are. That's the thing.
I was PMSing that whole movie, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I
can definitely understand that, because I mean, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but I did say after that movie released, I did say, okay, if Marvel comes out and says that like Tobey Maguire's universe is the main Spider-Man universe, and this is an alternate timeline where things are just different, like, then I would accept these things. But then I immediately like contradicted my own statement, because I was like, well, Mysterio came out and said that this was Earth 616, but it was all a lie, so it's not actually Earth 616. So like, if they go back and retcon that and they go, oh no, this is actually Earth 616, like, it's like, okay, so Mysterio just happened to make up this fantasy that just happened to be real. Like, now you can't do the different Earth like timeline setups and like like, it's just, what are you doing? Like, you guys are fucking this up for no reason. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. I just remember just holding on to that hype at the time, where I'm just like, are they really going into multiverse? Is that the next step where they're going? And then especially seeing where they've gone with the Disney Plus shows, where they've gone with WandaVision, right, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and especially Loki, you're like, oh my God, they actually are doing multiverse.
Yeah.
Like, this is what the next few phases of Marvel is going to be. And I feel like that's a genius call for them to make, because after the Infinity Saga and after Thanos, how do you top that?
Right. Well, you could. Well, here's the thing, though, is that you can absolutely top that, but once you do, you have to start getting into more complicated stories. And I think that's where, honestly, I think this is the beginning of when people are going to start dropping off of Marvel properties. Mm-hmm. Because generally, I'm
surprised Black Widow. I'm surprised Black Widow was as good as it was. Like, I'm surprised that movie's making money.
Really? I heard the exact opposite. I heard that Black Widow is the film that was is the biggest failure in MCU history. That's what I heard. And quite frankly, I can understand why. Like the things that they did with like Taskmaster. Like, obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything. You know.
Yeah, it's already made its money back.
Has it?
Yeah.
Huh. Well,
that's good for a pandemic movie.
Right. Well, okay. Well, then in that case, it's... Well, okay. It made its money back. But did it make as much money as Disney or Marvel wanted it to make?
Well, I mean, no movie is going to make as much money as it wanted to make now. Like, Tenet would have made more if it came out at a different time.
I haven't seen Tenet. I need to watch that one.
Tenet is good.
Is it?
It's not for everyone, but I thought it was everyone. Good. It's definitely because Nolan movies aren't for everyone. But you're a Nolan fan. Right. You like the Dark Knight trilogy, so you like that movie.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, those are good. Yeah, I do. Well, to be fair, the third one I think is weaker than the first two, but no, I still like them. I still enjoy them.
It was interesting watching that the trilogy back to back, because my sister hadn't seen it, so it's like. My mom's favorite is Batman Begins. Me and my sister's favorite is The Dark Knight, and then my dad's favorite is Rises.
Right. Okay.
And I
Well,
like that how
he's
it's like all
wrong.
of us in the family are no. My dad likes good finales. So
Okay.
like
You're right.
my dad likes when a story can like really stick the landing. Like that's why
Right.
the Game of Thrones season 8 finale really hurts for him because that is the perfect example of a story that
Oh my
skidded so
god.
far past the landing.
Dude, that was so funny. Okay, because I haven't, I've seen a little bit of Game of Thrones, but I'm not too invested. Like, it was a show that I really, really wanted to get into, but it just wasn't for me. Like, I can say objectively it's a good show, but it's just not up my alley. It's just not a show for me. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I can see the appeal. I know why people like it.
Yeah. For some
Uh,
people, the violence and the sex is going to be too much, and that's completely understandable.
right.
Like, just
Yeah.
on that
No.
alone. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But I gotta say, like, the ending of Game of Thrones made me laugh just as much as when Byleth got put into Smash Ultimate.
Just for chaos's sake.
Yeah, just the chaos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just seeing people freak out, like, oh my god, they absolutely ruined fucking Game of Thrones. and what the
Exactly,
fuck?"
exactly.
It's just so funny, dude. Like, I
Yeah. The fact
love,
that Breaking Bad was trending when the finale came out and everyone was just like, Breaking Bad solidified its status as the GOAT show. Like, all of
Right.
that stuff is great.
Oh my god, yeah, no, well, like it's a good time for TV shows right now, man, because like there's a lot of them. There's a lot of good TV shows going on right
Mandalorian
now.
is so good.
Holy shit, Mandalorian! Talk about a good fucking series.
Yeah,
God damn.
yeah. And also a show that is good proof of how Disney can keep a secret. I don't know how the Luke Skywalker thing did not leak.
Right.
That's
yeah,
insane
exactly.
that did not leak.
I will say, I don't know why it bothers me as much as it does, but it still annoys me the fact that people call Grogu Baby Yoda. I don't know why that bothers me
Yeah,
so much.
he
but
has
it
a
still
name
does.
now, y'all.
Yeah, like yeah, he's got a name.
Yeah.
Like, cool, because like I
Well,
work
I
at.
felt like Filoni and Favreau like knew when that caught on because they didn't know that that's what they were gonna call
Right, but what else were you gonna call
the
Grogu?
child. You were gonna call him the child because that's what they do it in the show.
No.
You stick to the lore.
No, the general audience is fucking stupid. We put baby in front of everything. We have baby carrots, baby butterflies, baby dicks. Like, of course we're gonna call it Baby Yoda. Why wouldn't we call it Baby Yoda? Tell me how that makes
Sad.
any sense.
I know, but Grogu, man, like it's a good
But
name.
Grogu,
Just call my
yeah.
man Grogu. That's all I
Yeah.
want.
I remember like when I was still trying to remember his name. I was calling him
Yeah.
Goku because I just kept forgetting. I was
Oh
like,
yes,
"Isn't
that
Goku?"
definitely happened. That definitely happened. If you're an anime fan, even in the slightest of capacities, you're like, that's a little too close for my liking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Goku. It's Goku.
But yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like just like mentioning Mandalorian and mentioning the Marvel shows, I just feel like Disney Plus has been going in a really good direction recently. Like the
Oh,
decision to
yeah.
make the Marvel and Star Wars universes completely on the platform. That's
Right.
such a good call. Like the fact when the Ahsoka episode dropped,
Oh my
viewership of the Clone Wars and Rebels skyrocketed because that's the way a lot of people were introduced to that character and have
Yeah.
know nothing about Ahsoka, but they have very easy access to learn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I feel like that's great because Marvel is the same thing. It's like you want to know about these characters that are going to be setting up the world and like, like why is there a new Captain America? Well, you have the trilogy of Steve Rogers now and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And it also encourages people to read comic books, which is fucking
Yeah.
amazing and something I never thought I'd ever
Exactly.
see.
Like
because-
it makes like I don't understand the people who gatekeep and say that, oh, if you just watch the MCU movies, you're not a real comic book fan. Like, no, these are the things that have made comic book fans more relevant than anything else on Earth in the past 100 years.
Right. Yeah. Well, like I can see why somebody I can see kind of
But they're
why those
wrong.
peop-
But they're
okay.
wrong.
No. Okay. I can see. Okay. Look. I can see why they would go there though, because okay, you gotta
No, they're-
imagine, Kai. You got. You're censoring yourself on my show. Fuck you,
Yes.
Kai.
No, you.
This
too
is
much
gonna be
fun with
great.
that
I'm glad you have that actually.
Yeah.
That'll be hilarious. It's our personalities clashing with each other. It's the best way to express our friendship. um, No, like what I'm saying, you got to imagine, dude. You got to imagine. Look, you're a loner. You read comic books on your free time. You weigh like 400 pounds, and and all you have are these characters. All you have are these comic book characters, and everybody makes fun of you because you think Star Lord is cool, and because Rocket Raccoon is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
and
you were one of
Spider-Man
the
is great.
7 people who knew what the Guardians of the Galaxy were before that movie came
I
out.
know. Yeah, I that fucking infuriated me when I was in high school. I was like, guys, this movie is gonna be huge. You guys have no idea. Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna be fucking awesome, and
I
everyone's
cannot
like, what?
wait for James Gunn's Suicide Squad next month. That's gonna be
am
fire.
so excited for that.
I'm also really, really sad in advance because he said like 90% of the squad is dying, but I'm ready.
Well, like, I mean, you got a cast of like what, like 20 characters in that
It's
fucking
one of
movie?
the craziest ensembles I've ever seen. There are so
You-
many really talented people in that movie.
Right. You know they're gonna kill John Cena. You know they're gonna kill that fucking character off.
Uh-huh,
You
yeah,
know, you know he-
Peacemaker is dead. I hope Idris makes it, because because I was really hoping they wouldn't make him Deadshot, because I really
Right.
feel like Deadshot deserves another chance with Will Smith to like be a better character with a better script. So I like the fact that they chose to make him Bloodsport, because I was like, oh my god, that's such a cool villain, and they never do anything with him.
Right.
Because that's where you have fun with the Suicide Squad. Like, the fact that we are getting Polka Dot Man representation in the year of
That's
our Lord
literally- I was gonna bring that
2021
up.
is mind blowing.
I was gonna bring that up. I was like, don't they have Polka Dot Man in that fucking
Yeah.
movie? Dude, we're
David
missing
Decimal
Kite.
Chain, who's in
Where
freaking
the fuck is
everything
Kite
right
Man?
now.
Bring in Kite Man. I want fucking Kite Man in this bitch.
I need Kite Man. In a Marvel movie, I need Big Wheel. I need my man Big
Bring
Wheel.
in Big Wheel.
Yes.
Oh my god! Like anybody who's listening to this are like, "What? Who the fuck is Big Wheel?"
Yeah. What is that? Yeah.
Who the fuck is that? Yeah. Dude, I'm excited, dude. It's a great time to be a comic book fan, just in general. I'm just super excited.
Yeah. I've been.
I feel,
What have you been reading recently in terms of comics? Because I know what I've been reading. I don't know what you've been
dude,
doing.
honestly, I've been reading a shit ton of League of Legends stuff. Like I've been reading because Marvel Comics makes the League of Legends comic books, so I've been reading their comics lately, and they're very well written. They're fucking amazing. They're astronomically awesome. And on top of that, I've been studying Junji Ito for my book because I love Junji Ito. He's always been an inspiration to me. But I'm really taking the time to dissect and understand his philosophy in horror and why it works the way it does. So I've been studying that. I've been reading that, and I've been reading Silk because I've
I need
read
to
a
start
little
reading
bit of
Silk.
it.
I've heard good things about that.
It's pretty good so far. I read a little bit of it before, but I hadn't finished it. So I'm trying to get around to finishing that. I just have a lot of shit, dude. I have a lot of shit to do. I have a lot of shit to read. I'm still, again, I'm working on my podcast. I got games to fucking finish. I have somebody coming over like in 30 minutes, like 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and he wants me to train him in Smash Brothers because he wants to play Smash apparently. Like,
Cool.
I'm busy. Like I got shit to. I got a 9 to 5 job. I make bread.
Yeah.
I got shit to do.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah, I know it's nuts.
Yeah. As far as comics that I have been doing recently, I've been reading because I got. Oh, I need to look up his name because I do not want to disrespect the man who wrote this because this is honestly my favorite Batman story in a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Murphy. Yeah, Sean Murphy wrote Batman White Knight. And it's one of my favorite takes, like one of my favorite Elseworld takes on Batman and the Joker, because the Joker gets cured. Like he gets this medication that turns him back into Jack Napier, and he sues Gotham City Police Department and Batman for damages.
Right.
And
yeah,
I
have,
love that. It's such a it's a take that shouldn't work, but the way that it's written and the way that they kind of give you this Jack Napier who really wants to be redeemed but has this vile person inside of him, but then also this Batman who's just been doing this for such a long time that he's kind of lost his way. It's a really interesting take on their relationship and dynamic, and I think it's hands down like the best Harley Quinn has ever been.
I have heard of the story. I haven't read it yet. I heard a lot of good things about it, and I had no idea Harley Quinn was in it.
She's like the heart of the story. Like what
really?
Where they take that character and what they do with her is just like It's the best character development she's ever had. It's the best personality she's ever had because she's not just, the Joker's hoe, for lack of a better term. And that,
Right.
because a lot of incarnations, that's like all she is. She doesn't
Right. Well,
really
that's
have a
why.
lot to work off of and breathe.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's why they have Punchline now, because
Yes, and yeah,
they
they just
needed that.
they just straight up. Well, I like Punchline. I think Punchline is it's a cool
No, no, I
character.
like Punchline too, but let's be real. That's what she is right now.
Yes, yes, that is very true. I've been reading. I mean, I made an awesome amazing about it. I've been reading the Sonic comics. They're so good
Yeah.
right now. I'm so glad that they, for legal reasons, they had to throw all of the old canon in quotations because it was just so ridiculous and crazy and inconsistent. So I'm just glad they just got the clean slate. Is just like fun action.
Right. Yeah. No, that's dude. There's so
Love in
much.
my comic book storytelling.
Yeah. There's
But
a
yeah,
lot of there's a lot of good shit, dude. There's a lot of good
yeah,
shit.
and then I think my favorite comic that I've read in the past few years is definitely Donny Cates' take on Venom. They
Venom.
they perfected that character.
Oh my
Like,
god. Talk about an amazing redemption story and an amazing fucking roadway to a
yeah,
character we never thought would get like the
yeah,
light of day. Oh my
yeah.
god, yeah.
Absolute Carnage is one of the best like crossover arcs in like comic book history to me. Like where they went with that arc is like peak Carnage, but also peak Venom. And
Yeah.
then
Oh
how
yeah.
that like the whole concept around Null and giving the symbiotes an origin like that,
Right.
I feel like that's like a threat that has to be in a Marvel movie at some point.
Dude, they need to do Null the symbiote god at some point.
Yeah,
Because
but
he's
at the
such
same
a
time, I'm like,
force to be reckoned with.
what? Who would you have to voice him? That's hard. What kind of
Uh,
voice would you have?
you know what? I I don't know. I don't know. I can't think. I can't. There isn't really an actor. There isn't really an actor that comes to mind.
The closest thing I can think is like Keith David who does Spawn, but even then, I feel like
No, because
there's a little
I don't.
dude, there's too much fun in that character, and you can't have that with the character like Null. It's just
Yeah.
darkness and sin and evil,
Right. He's
and
just like
I don't know who could do that voice well.
yeah, I don't know.
Like Mark Hamill? Like I
I
don't
was
know.
that's literally who I was thinking. It's the only person that was coming to mind.
Yeah.
Was Mark Hamill. But the thing is Mark Hamill is so well known for being the Joker, whether people know it or not. That it just I don't think it would work.
But that's the
I
thing
don't
though. He's also done characters like Firelord Ozai. I feel like
right.
if he brought on the bass more like he did for that
Right.
performance, I think he really could do a good Null.
He probably could.
Like I'm
Um
excited as hell over the fact that he's going to be Skeletor. Like that He-Man Netflix show looks insane.
Wait,
I
what?
cannot.
He-Man Netflix? I don't
Yeah,
know anything about
there's a
this.
Masters of the Universe show coming to Netflix, and part of the animation team did Castlevania, and yeah, Mark Hamill is going to be Skeletor. It looks
What
really
the
really good.
fuck? Mark
Yeah.
Hamill's gonna be Skeletor? Holy
Yeah,
shit, dude.
like he did the laugh and he nailed it. It sounded perfect.
I'm gonna have to check it out after this for sure. Oh my dude, that's nuts. That sounds both hilarious but also just fucking amazing at the same time. Because there's cheese, there's cheese to Skeletor.
Yeah, there is, but I
Skeletor's
feel
gotta
like
have that
he's
cheese.
an actor who's gonna nail that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Is this supposed to be? Oh my, look at that. Holy shit! Look at that animation or the art style.
Yeah,
I haven't clicked on the video yet.
that's He-Man. Like that
Holy
perfectly
shit!
embodies He-Man so well.
So is this supposed to be like a serious adaptation on
Yeah,
Masters of
it's
the Universe?
supposed to be like the conclusion of the story.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
and it's being done by Kevin Smith, so that gives me
Oh,
confidence.
Kevin Smith?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah.
Those are some
Like
big
this, like
names.
this show, like has all the pieces. It should work. Like it should be fun.
Yeah, right. No, it
Like
should.
you're gonna get like I'm gonna watch this afterwards with you. You're gonna get into the first 30 seconds and be like, oh my god, this is gonna be done.
I hope so. I hope so. Well, like I don't like again. It's like lately. I think that the older I get, the more I realize it's like okay, I seriously need to learn to keep my expectations in check because I think the one
Hmm.
that really like knocked me out of the park that we like again we mentioned this earlier was Cyberpunk because I was really hyped for Cyberpunk and I got it and I was like this is not at all
Yeah.
like what I was hoping
I
it
mean,
to
that's a point
be.
I'm gonna address in the video is the fact that it's like, you know me, I'm the last person on earth who's gonna say that you shouldn't be hyped over something, but it's always important that, just keep some expectation in check.
Right. No, I absolutely agree. um, because yeah, it's just not healthy.
Hmm.
Because then you're gonna be pointing fingers, and
Yeah,
then you're gonna be
because that leads you to the path to toxicity extremely fast.
yeah, and we don't need that, dude. It's
Yeah.
just like you. It's okay for you to not enjoy something. It's another thing to essentially
Actively make
hit.
that a
Yeah.
personality trait.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, actively make that like a part of your personality, and then just trash talk people who feel
Right.
differently.
Yeah,
Like,
like it's like yeah, exactly. It's just not like we don't need that Twitter war. Like we don't. We don't
yeah.
need that.
It's
We
why I'm
don't need
so
that.
glad I got rid of that platform. Like, my mental health exponentially grew since getting rid of that app.
I am glad to hear that. I've never been. Oh, okay. I used Twitter a couple times, and it was only because I wanted to learn like how to like I tweeted a couple dumb shit, and I didn't have any followers, so I wasn't really tweeting to anyone. I just kind of wanted to learn how the interface worked. But after that, I was like, okay, I got an idea. I'm done. I'm done here. I'm not going
Hmm.
any further with this. So I've technically I have used Twitter, but I've never actually used it actively as like a source to like communicate with people or get any information off of. So I don't know what it's like to be on that end of the stick. I just hear it's terrible, and I'm glad that you're off of it.
Yeah, yeah, it's just frustrating because I mean, the reason why I don't have that problem with Reddit is because you can just find subreddits to feel safe. You can find like r/make me smile, and I have like my
Right,
Borderlands 3 subreddits. You can
right,
find that stuff where you're just being able to still be informed on what's going on in the world without the toxicity.
right. Yeah, because a lot of people do make that I guess they really try to make that like their personality, like their world just revolves around this horrible form of communication. Like
Yeah.
what is it? Like you get like a certain amount
Two
of
280
characters.
characters is not enough to get any decent opinion across. It's just
Right.
not.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not, it's not the way to communicate with people. That's not how humans were designed to talk to. And like,
Yeah.
if I could talk to you in person and have this podcast in person, I would. Believe
Yeah,
me,
we
I
would be.
would.
Yeah.
But, we absolutely would. But, unfortunately, like you're all the way over there and I'm all the way over here and
Hmm.
and we just make do with what we got. But at least we're talking to each other, At least we're
Exactly.
communicating with each other and not like,
Discord has been great for quarantine, man.
right. Oh yeah, it's been amazing. I agree. And yeah, it's just I'm just glad that there are people who are taking initiative to at least trying to make contact and just just remind each other that we're human beings and we need to hear each other.
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know?
I just tell people like just look up suicide rates since 2010 in social media. That shiz is gonna
Yeah,
hurt you. Like the
yeah. It's
amount that kind of impact and thinking that that's how you need to live, and that kind of just manipulation that digital media can do to you if you're not careful. Like
yeah.
that's scary.
It's not ideal. It's not
Yeah.
fun. And people seriously underestimate like kind of how somebody feels in the moment and like how like a lot of people think it's okay to just like talk shit. It's like like it's like a lot of
Yeah,
people have this mentality.
they think that because they have the anonymity that they can just say whatever they want to say. Freedom of speech and freedom of consequences are two different things.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely. Well, because like I was just gonna say that a lot of people have this mentality of like, oh, they're just words. Like, and if you're not, if you can't get over this, that's your fucking problem. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But you also need to like a lot of people need to understand. It's like, dude, like a lot of the times, suicide is in the moment. It's like it's a very sporadic thing. It's like all it takes is for somebody to have a conversation with an individual who's suicidal, and they'll get off of that feeling. You know what I mean? Just like, hey,
Hmm.
you're enough. You're
Hmm.
worth it. You are loved. That'll be enough to just go. You know what? No, this. I need to step off. And fuck, dude, it really opened my eyes when we lost Attica, dude. I'm still recovering from that. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
still
you and me
not.
both. You and me both.
I'm still not okay with that. And ever since then, that like his loss really made me rethink just like the way we communicate to each other. I was just like this is nuts. Like this is not acceptable.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah,
too fucking real.
and I mean, he's not it's not alone in that. I mean, a year later, like Wreckful for Twitch, that was a big hit for the Twitch community. Like he's been one of the OGs, like even before people like Tim the Tat Man. Like he's been one of the most like long time people on that platform, and to just see him decay the way that he did was really upsetting and really depressing. And I mean, Twitch has its own series of issues that they've been addressing right now, and yeah, that platform is just a mess at the moment, to be
Yeah, yeah,
completely honest.
yeah. It is,
Oh my
unfortunately.
goodness.
But you know, uh, what are you gonna do, right?
Hmm.
What can you do?
Yeah, just do your best to be better. Like
Right,
that's all you can
exactly.
do.
That's really all you can do,
Yeah.
honestly. And just try to improve, and and like we talk shit. You, me, and like other people that we know, we talk shit, but that's because we know each other. Yeah, that's a whole
Hmm.
different thing. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Like if I'm talking shit to Jesse, talking shit to you, like I'm gonna make sure I say it to your face, and I'm gonna try to make it funny. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
It's never malicious. We're just trying to make each other laugh. It's nothing. It's like, it's like I like one of the things that still sticks with me to this day that I use on other people, like my roommate. I remember like I'd have an opinion about something, and I remember you would just turn around, you'd look at me, you put your hand on my shoulder, and you'd go, it's okay to have the wrong opinion.
Yes, yes.
You're
Because when you were young, you would just say hot takes with just the most callous energy ever, and I'm just going, it's okay to live in ignorance, the way that you are and how young and ill-minded that you are. That's okay.
it's all right, yeah. But but it's funny, like it, like because that's another thing is people will also like they'll hear us talk and they're like, oh, well, you guys talk shit to each other all the time. It's like, yeah, because we know each other,
Hmm.
we're friends, we can do that.
Hmm.
A lot of there's a lot of like I guess just like it almost seems like the internet is dictated by like 20-year-olds and high school students right now.
Very, very dictated by the youth. Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems and it's a shame because because of this very vocal minority, it makes everybody else think that this is the majority, when unfortunately that's not the case.
Yeah, that's
I
how it
feel.
is for every single community, like on Earth. That's how
Right.
every single community has to deal with their toxic minority. Like, if you're a fan of any type of pop culture thing, you've had to deal with that, like ignorant
Oh
stuff
yeah.
that happens. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, you're a fan of League, like
Oh yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah.
you know. Like, I'm a fan of Star Wars. I know.
Oh yeah. Um, well, like, but that's the thing though is like, there's a lot of people who can't like understand that like these aren't healthy people and that these people need help. Like
Yeah.
when I hear somebody talking shit about me, it's like it. I never go, oh fuck that guy, right? It's always like like that guy is
Damn,
obviously
I have
not.
no
And
idea what they're going through. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I relate to that so hard. I cannot tell you how many times that I've gotten troll comments on videos disagreeing with a take that I have and also amazing, and you just have a reply that just has just the smallest shred of empathy, and the responses you'll get, and they'll
I
just be
know.
like, "Yeah, I'm just going through it right now. I didn't mean it like that." Like, the very special few who are just going to be on their BS 24/7, that's a very, very small percentage of people. Not
Oh
everyone is
yeah,
like that.
yeah. That's the truth, dude. Is like we also have to learn to be empathetic to towards those who are just obviously not healthy. Like
Yeah.
like there's no way you can be healthy if you're sitting down on your phone and you're fucking tweeting all day every day. It's like, oh, let's
Yeah.
like I wonder how this person's doing.
Yeah, like
Let's look at
I
this
remember
healthy
someone
individual.
left me a paragraph on one of the main Borderlands 3 videos I did, and I just like a paragraph of just like just being just in a very mood, and I was just like, I only had a 1 sentence reply where I'm just like, bro, I just made a video about a game I like. Are you okay? And it just takes just little stuff like that to just remind him and
Yeah,
just be like, this is not the place to vent your feelings.
yeah, honestly, it's so weird. Like I had that with my Banjo Kazooie video, and you, you replied to that guy. I remember you replied, "Wow, this comment did not age well," because like
Yes, yes.
that
Oh
dude
my
was just
God,
like,
I remember
just
that. Yeah,
yeah, he was like, "No way, Banjo's gonna get in the game." I was like, "Well, I hope." I was just like,
yeah,
I was just trying to be
exactly.
nice, and then there's your comment like a year later. Wow, this comment did not age well.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like I'm just some random dude on the internet who wants to like discuss like why I think my favorite character, video game character of all time, might have a shot of getting into this video game I absolutely love. And I'm not here to be malicious. I'm not here to like, like I'm not attacking anybody. This is just something I'm very passionate about. This is a character I love. This is my childhood character. Like anybody who's going towards somebody and attacking somebody for something they love, there's nobody in their right mind would attack something like just that isn't hurting anything else. That's like walking up to a puppy and kicking it. Like why would you do that? Like
Exactly,
you
exactly. That's
could
why,
do that,
yeah, that's why I really
but
like the
why?
essays that I've been making is because it's like I'm building a community of that minded type of person who's just like, enjoy things for what they are, even
Right.
if it is flawed, even if it does have problems, like if you have fun with it, why should you care what anyone else thinks?
Right,
Because I mean,
exactly.
because I get those toxic comments, and it's just like y'all don't realize the block button is a very easy tool to use.
Yeah.
Like that
No, it really
ass.
is. Yeah, no, it is. But that's just a part of growing up, though. It's like, and that's one
Definitely.
thing that's really hitting me hard now, dude. Because I've been going to therapy, for about a year already, and it's helped out massively, dude, massively, and just getting my thoughts in order, and ultimately what I've gained out of it is like, yeah, just accepting things for what they are at face value, and just like understanding that like every new encounter and everyone you meet and everything you do is going to be different. They're all going to have different outcomes. like and like me, like I've obviously I've had a lot of trauma, and so whenever I see something new or encounter something new, I automatically link that to linked or I did automatically link that to my trauma, and went, okay, this is just gonna end up as terribly as it did last time, you know. But
It's why
recently
you were
I've come
caught in
to
the relationship cycle you were in for a
Jesus
while.
Christ, yeah. No,
Yeah.
now I'm big chilling. Now I'm just, if it comes along, it comes along.
hmm
Because no, that was definitely a big thing. Like, and I see a lot of guys and even a lot of girls now. Like, it's hard because it's like I see people in that same state that I was in, like really not too long ago. Honestly, like a couple, like a few months ago. Just like learning to get over like heartbreak, and like and learning to accept that shit has passed, and you just kind of have to accept it and just be happy that it happened and move on. You know what I
hmm
mean? And it's rough. And now like I have like a couple people messaging me. They're like, hey dude, like my girlfriend broke up with me. I'm kind of down in the dumps. I don't know when's the next time we'll talk. And I'm just like, dude, like I get it. Just talk to me whenever you
I've been
can.
there. Like, and you
Like
know
I
what? That
dude,
that's how
yeah.
I was. That's how I was for you, man. Like,
Yeah, dude, and I appreciate it, man. I fucking
yeah,
love you for it, man. That's why I like now, like even now, it's like I just want to make sure that I can do the best I can to make sure I keep you in my life, and whoever's already in my life, like Alvaro, Jesse, you,
hmm
and like the
hmm
friends that I'm making here, because like that's something hard that a lot of that's something that's really difficult to learn, and you don't learn that until you go through the fucking pain and like just
yeah,
hours and hours of sadness. Like you don't get there unless you put in the work.
yeah,
And unfortunately a lot of people just aren't there yet, and
yeah. It's
we just have
hard
to
to
be paid.
make.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people think that it's hard to keep a relationship or just like any type of bond or friendship alive, but it's not. It doesn't take a lot. Like, I mean,
Right.
I feel like 2020 was a good reminder for just a lot of things that you don't need, a lot of ways to just get out of the toxicity in your life and refining your personal circle.
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
I just
Oh
have it very, very simple. It's like if I send you multiple messages, like over the course of a span of time and you just don't respond for whatever reason, like
Yeah. Oh well.
that's enough reason to me that you just don't care. And that's
Right.
fine. That's not something I'm going to take personally, but I'm going to invest in the other relationships and friendships.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a hard one for me, especially. Yeah. Because like I definitely
Because
had
you
that
only have
issue.
limited time on this earth, and
Yeah.
you just got to
Exactly.
come to the realization that not everyone is deserving to have you in their life. Like
Exactly. Yeah. Like
that can sound kind of selfish, but
no, but you need it. You need it though, because like
mhm,
at that point, it's like their values are just not aligning with yours, and like why would you go out of your way to make something difficult that doesn't need it? Like a friendship is like one of the easiest things you can manage, honestly, because it's as simple as like,
mhm,
hey Kai, I love you, man. You're my like you're my friend, and I just want to keep you in my life. It's simple as that. But it's just an
yeah,
exchange of back and forth, and
yeah,
we talk. We don't talk all the time. This is the first time we've spoken in like a
in a few
month, but
months, in a few
you know,
months.
but we're making the time.
Hmm.
That's what
Hmm.
matters. Like shit, dude.
Exactly, exactly.
um, so yeah, no, it's yeah. I'm very grateful for a lot of the shit that's happened. A lot of definitely cleaning out the cesspool, and what you mentioned earlier, refining your friend group.
Mhm.
That's definitely the hard one.
Yeah, I remember
Definitely the hardest
hearing
one.
the joke by Joey Diaz where he's just like, "You don't need to have a million friends. You just need six mother, and you could take over a country." And
Yeah.
that's so true. You
Yeah.
just need a good squad of friends. Like my scout friends from back in the day, I still talk to them on Discord on a almost daily basis.
Right.
Like there's just certain bonds that you really cherish, and you just know, like, yeah, like you gotta hold on onto this for the beyond, man.
Yeah. And yeah, and again with any new relationship that comes in, just take it for what it is. And if it
Hmm.
doesn't work, oh well, it's what
Yeah.
it is. It's just the way it is. But no, I am very grateful for COVID, despite all the horrors and the fucking
Yeah.
chaos and
Yeah.
the shortage of toilet paper and all of
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. The
Um,
insanity, but also a lot of truth, and it's been
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. I feel like to those who, I feel like to anybody who probably couldn't handle it. Unfortunately, a lot of them broke, and then those who made it out the other end, ultimately grew so much. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's just, dude, I'm chilling, man. It's nice, man. Like like, and it seems like so far, like from what I've been seeing from you, it seems like you've been chilling too. Seems like you're just working at it, and you're just getting the grind. You're getting in that grind, and you're putting out those videos, and you're just living your best life. And I love seeing that, man. I love to know
Yeah.
that you're
And
doing
I mean,
well.
you've been doing the same too, because I knew that if you could keep it consistent, like the same thing would happen for you. And I've been proud of your consistency too.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Well, I mean, it's also one of those things. It's like I've also just learned to just do what you enjoy doing, man. Like
That's the
honestly.
biggest piece of advice I have to any friend who wants to get into being a YouTuber or a Twitch and any type of content creation. That's my biggest piece of advice is just do what you love. The rest will follow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it's just easy after that. Like
Yeah.
because it took me a long time like to realize it's like, okay, well, what am I like, what do I enjoy, because like what do I like doing, and
Hmm.
recently I've come to the conclusion I like storytelling. I love comic books. I think I love art. I think I want to be a comic artist, and that's kind of what I'm working towards. But I also love talk. I just love to talk. I love talking shit. I love talking about comic books and movies and all this other bullshit.
Hmm.
Uh, so I've just started a podcast, and it's been like honestly like it's like the easiest thing ever on it, because I just get on, I talk bullshit for like 2 hours, an hour, and it's fun. It's super fucking fun. I love it. And I don't. I mean, but honestly, I really hope I don't get big. This is the honest to God. There's a part of me that wants to get big and like be like, yeah, let's be a big podcaster. But there's also another side of me. It's like, no, I don't want that. I don't. I really don't want that attention.
I
I
want
really
that
don't.
money. Like that sounds nice.
I want that money.
I wanna be able to just, yeah, just have it as a fun hobby. Crank out a good essay a week and just be proud of it.
Right.
That's just the
Well,
flow that I really want to
that's
find.
dude. That's all you, buddy. Like that's if that's what
Hmm.
you want. I know you'll get there because you work hard. You work harder than anybody I know. Like seriously. Like that I personally know. Like, and I know a lot of people. Like,
hmm
I just got like I did a podcast just recently, you know, like with Joey, and he's been doing music for like 12, 14 years, dude. Like, and he's been in college for 5 years, like writing, like working on music development and stuff. But I still think you work way harder than that guy. Like, you have done so much.
I don't know. I've seen some of
No.
the stuff that that man has done with music theory. That takes a lot of. There's a refining to your craft that takes. That just talking in front of a mic is definitely like easier than that.
Well,
To some
you
though, because it's like
right,
sometimes for videos like I do, you kind of have to put a little bit of yourself out there, and
right.
that
Oh
can
well,
be a
yeah.
challenge. That can be a stumbling block for certain people to overcome. But music
That's
theory, it's like
yeah.
I've seen people who have like they learn drum theory and then they're just able to hear a song and then instantly just play it the entire thing from memory because they just know rhythm and
Right.
stuff like that is insane.
Yeah, that shit's nuts. But no, dude, don't undermine how hard you've worked, and you know, all the reap the rewards, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Just
but
understand
yeah,
that.
no. I definitely reap the rewards, but I also like I feel it's important to stay humble. Just be
Right.
like I still have so much more to do and so much more to go.
Right. Well, I'm gonna keep talking you up, and I'm gonna keep fucking telling everybody that you're amazing, and I'm gonna keep sharing your shit all over the place because fuck you, Kai. I love you.
Appreciate it, brother. I feel
Well,
like that's
yeah.
a good note to end this.
Yeah, I absolutely agree because I got shit to do. You got shit to do, and I'm glad we had some time to talk to each other, man.
Absolutely, boss.
Yeah, please, man, stay hydrated and because it's hot, it's getting hot as shit. And yeah, man, hopefully we talk to each other soon.
Of course.
All right, man, I love you, man. Later.